Alright, hey everyone, and welcome back to Dallas Cowboys coverage after a really rough game in Kansas City last week. I'm still going to go over it, and just, it was just a bad performance, but I'm just going to go over everything that happened, my thoughts on it, and a little preview of the Cowboys' next game on Thanksgiving against the Raiders. So, let's get started. So really not much to say. It was just a pitiful performance by the Cowboys. The offense never got going. I thought the defense played well. I thought they played really just fine, especially Micah Parsons, my player of the game. By far, I don't think there was any other options. He went crazy, so, I'll start with the defense this time. He had 2 sacks. He had 2 tackles for loss. He had a forced fumble. He was all over the field, had a lot of pressures on Mahomes. And Patrick Mahomes did not play that well. Only, no touchdowns, really. He had, I think, an interception, and he didn't play that great. The Cowboys' offense was strong. The Cowboys' defense was strong, and the Chiefs' offense really, was limited to an extent by the Cowboys' defense. And it's a game that the defense did its job, and the offense just didn't, and that's why, it was a loss. We lost by, 10 points, but it felt like 30, The defense kept us in the game, and, even without Demarcus Lawrence, without Gregory, without Neville Gallimore, it was a really, really good performance. Micah Parsons, I think, was definitely the, big playmaker, but the entire defense was consistent. They played well. But the offense, again, just couldn't get anything going. Dak was under constant pressure, constant duress. He didn't play well. He had 2 interceptions. One of them was a tip, and, I'm not trying to put all the blame on him. The offensive line was atrocious. It was not good at all. He was down, we were down, of course, Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb midway through the game. So, there's, a lot of reasons why, but it was just not a good performance by Dak. The offensive line was horrible. Zach Martin even allowed his first sack in all year. A player as good as he is, for even him to struggle, of course, on his terms, it was really just really how the game went. For the entire offense, the staple of it was not good. Dalton Schultz, I think, played okay. He had a couple good catches. Gallup as well, but again, drops by Cedric Wilson and Noah Brown. No Amari Cooper. CeeDee Lamb went out with the concussion, and there'll be more on him later. He missed the entire second half. So it was just an offensive shutdown. Pollard, I think, played okay. Had that one good play on that little trickery wildcat play on the direct snap. That was pretty good, but again, Zeke, I think he was fine, played through that injury, didn't do anything, though, and that was just the story of the game, nothing went right on offense, nothing got going. For the first time all year, the Cowboys didn't score multiple touchdowns, they didn't score a single one, so it was really just, just frustrating. Just nothing went how we were expecting, nothing went how the Cowboys wanted, and there's just not a whole lot to say about it. Special teams, Greg Zuerlein was great. 3 perfect kicks. I'm glad to see him back. And it's just, there's not much else to say about it, It was just a rough game, and it's, again, another one of those that you got to just move on from. We've seen this Cowboys team be resilient, especially after that Broncos game. They got right back on track, and I hope they can do the same thing against an also stumbling Raiders team. But my main concern is the injuries, It can't be an excuse, but it's a thing, and definitely is remaining an issue going into Thursday's game as a quick turnaround, only 4 days from last week's game. So it's just, really, really quick. So I just want to go in depth with some injury updates. Starting offensively, I'll go Tyron Smith. He really could have played last game. They wanted to keep him out, though, just, so he could fully recover and be ready for this Raiders game. They missed him for sure. He's expected to play. Amari Cooper obviously was diagnosed with COVID. He's going to miss his second game as he has to complete the 10-day quarantine since he was not vaccinated. So he will be missing the Thanksgiving Day game as well. Obviously, that stinks, especially as Amari is, one of the best Thanksgiving Day players the Cowboys team has, and so, we'll definitely be missing him again. CeeDee Lamb obviously went down with the concussion. He missed the entire second half after taking that hit to the head on the interception. He is actually progressing a lot faster than anyone expected. It was pretty much said that he was going to be out, but he does have a chance to play. He's going to be practicing on Wednesday, and that's really going to determine his status for the game. There's hope. Definitely hoping that he can play because, another game with Michael Gallup and Cedric Wilson and Noah Brown, that's not something I want for a potential bounce-back game. So I hope he can get in there. It's kind of still up in the air right now, but, some hope that he could possibly clear the concussion protocol and have a chance to play. Ezekiel Elliott he landed on that knee issue is what he's been dealing with. Somebody landed on his leg during last week's game, kind of re-aggravated it a little bit. He's planning on playing through it. He's a tough guy. I don't think it'll be a problem. Continuing with injuries, defensively, Demarcus Lawrence is expected to have his 21-day injured reserve window activated this week, but he will not play against the Raiders. But look out for him next week against the Saints, as he is hoping to come back after, the broken foot he suffered at the very beginning of the season. Gregory is out once again for the Raiders game. He cannot come back until, at the very earliest, the Saints game. No real update on Neville Gallimore. Again, he will not play, and it looks like it's still going to be a few more weeks with him, as he had suffered that dislocated elbow during the preseason. Definitely hope to see those guys back. We're down a lot of starters right now. Again, it can't be an excuse, but it's definitely a concern going into Thanksgiving. I really hope we can have a big bounce-back game, make a lot of people happy on Thanksgiving Day. And, speaking on that, I hope everyone has a great Thanksgiving. Hopefully we can see a Cowboys win, but regardless, just through these last 2 crazy years, hopefully a time to celebrate with family and friends. So I wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving, and let me know how you think the Cowboys will do against the Raiders. Predict the score if you'd like. And again, feel free to like, subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And, go Cowboys. I hope that we can really kind of get that statement bounce-back win against the Raiders. Again, they're not doing the best either. So I think the Cowboys have a real opportunity to get another big win. Luckily, we saw the Packers losing, the Titans losing, the Bills losing. Those teams, other than the Packers, of course, don't have too much effect on the Cowboys. But we've seen good teams stumble this year. We've seen bad games by, everybody. Every single team this year has had one of those games. It's just, that's not it, and that's just something you got to deal with in the NFL, especially this year. It's been crazy year, so many other circumstances, and you can't get too down on the Cowboys. I think for this, we're still 7-3. That's better than I think a lot of people expected us to be. At this point in the year, at week 11 going into week 12. So the Cowboys, they'll drop a little bit in my power rankings. It was just a rough week, but if I'm looking at the season overall, you got to be excited about what this team's doing. I think especially as we continue to get healthier, I think this team is a real threat to watch out for. So, again, I know it's frustrating, I know it's tough, but I think that we can, we're a contender, and I think that we can bounce back, and I think that this has been a great season, and again, there's room to build, but, we're heading in the right direction, and look for a big bounce back game against the Raiders. And one more injury update I wanted to get to, in the secondary, Kelvin Joseph and Nashon Wright both missed last week's game. Kelvin Joseph is expected to play. It was just a personal issue. Nashon Wright, I think, has a chance to as well. But one key player down, Donovan Wilson, I'm not sure exactly what it was that happened last week. He played well, got I think the most reps he had all season, but he will be out for this week's game against the Raiders. So again, thanks again for watching. Hope you guys all have a great Thanksgiving Thursday and great weekend afterward. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.